program is brought to you by FanDuel, where we give sports fans the chance to win every day.
So, y'all, year 7, Zion loading. Is this year the year? Hold on.
First took away. Gas for this. Get your money's worth out.
Yeah. You know who it is, man. I'm in here with all my dogs, man. Shout out Chaz in the building. The mile marker. You know what I'm saying? Hammond America's own. He in the building. Grandson, kind of from 63rd, kind of not. You know what I'm saying? He in the building. Chris, whatever happened to the ugly rapper with the glasses from Chicago, dog? I don't see him no more.
Which one of them?
You know, I'm talking about the dude with the big glasses, man, the bifocals.
Yeah. You talk about the other Vine? But
yeah, him. Yeah. He good? Yeah. He still alive?
You was a fan, huh?
Nah, I ain't really like fool with him, but I just want to make sure he was still good. Anyways, man, that ain't important, man. Listen, man, tonight we talking about something that's really important to all of us. But before we get into that, it's 2 things we got to check in on, man. First of all, chat, what's good? Cole, I see y'all. Denzel, I see y'all. Peace to everybody who pulling up. If y'all on Twitter, you know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all pulling up. If you want to leave a comment, if you want to talk, you're gonna have to come to YouTube. I don't even know if we're doing that tonight, but that was just word. But check this out, y'all. Shout out to all the sponsors of the show. We got Sunshine, we got John Deere, we got Taz. Boy, shit, Taz, appreciate that care package, by the way. I've been working out. I've been running. I appreciate that. Most importantly, we got Scott Vicknair. I see you, Chris. We got Scott Vicknair, you know what I'm saying? 504-500-1111. They fight for the win. But y'all, peep this. You know, opening night coming soon. FanDuel, holla at your people. Right now, FanDuel got a parlay. The Pelicans are plus 36 against the Grizz opening night. Memphis got a 3.5 point spread on. So y'all do what y'all will with that information. Make your parlay. You know what I'm saying? Gamble responsibly. Yo, before we get into the show, what's happening, bro?
When you say plus 36, what you mean?
The Pelicans are plus 36 to, I guess you could say, I don't want to speak negatively. They have Memphis winning this game.
You froze again, Chris.
Oh yeah, he froze. Now crazy too.
Yeah, it's crazy too.
Oh, I got you.
Crazy too. Man, so y'all, before we get into the show, you know what I'm saying, I want to let my dog Chaz shine, because Chaz did a show about this, and we actually like really redoing his show somewhat. But Chaz, before I get your thoughts, I want to talk about sevens. I want to talk about sevens because sevens is important. I did the math. I did the knowledge, so they don't have to.
Right.
So check this out. First of all, 7, that's the God hour.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? 7 p.m., that's the time for spiritual awakening. It's the time when life-changing events happen. 7 is the number of completion. Chris, we about to do the knowledge. Like, make sure you got your kufi on. All right, cool. 7 is the number of completion in the Bible. For example, God did 6 days of work. On that 7th day,
rest.
He laid up. He put his feet up. Noah took 7 pair of animals on the ark. 7s. It's all about 7. Shout out to brother Clarence 13 next. 7 means God, divine sense of self. Oh, we doing a knowledge, Chad. The best pair of 7s, Jordan 7s. I ain't gonna say the best pair, but you know what I'm saying? Like it's whatever. Right? And lastly, in New Orleans, 7 is sacred, bro. 7 is sacred. 7 churches, 7 line of the hymn, the 7 ward. All I'm saying is, year 7 could be Zion's divine season. That's all I'm saying. And we here to talk about it. Now, before we get into it, Chaz, you go ahead and give them a rundown of like how you feel about it, since we actually talking about, you know what I'm saying, we piggybacking off your show.
Yo, let's keep the trend alive. Yo, Tupac best album, died Illuminati, 7-Day Theory. Wow. Tupac 25 when he died. 2 + 5 is 7. Was shot at 11:05. 7. Lived for 6 days in the hospital. Passed away on the 7th day.
The boy,
do the knowledge. Lito already spoke about the divinity piece of the guys and the earths. But what I was saying more so with Trust in Zion, that was the title of the show on the No Pick Show on the Cheddar Chad's YouTube channel. Make sure y'all go tap in and subscribe. Well, it's basically, to me, it depends on how you define trust, right? My pops, Big Cheddar, he always say trust is just knowing what to expect from a person, right? So with Zion, I appreciate him taking his health. I'm happy for him that his health seemed to be rounding the turn. I'm happy that he's supposedly taking on this new leadership position. But I also know who I'm dealing with. So while I don't necessarily trust him for as like, everything's gonna be great. Zion's dependable now. You're in a situation with the Pelicans to where you have to believe this. Like Slim Charles said, even if it's a lie, we fight on that lie. I have to believe this. Otherwise, what's the point of all of this? What's the point of even going through this what's it called? Chicanery, right? What's the point of it, right? We seeing now he working out with Jordan Poole post practice. Jordan Poole appears to be very vocal. That's something that I was hoping for. Like, if you look at shout out to all the Jordan Poole fans, like that's people who, because some of us weren't as familiar with Jordan Poole, especially since he's been in DC. But they like, nah, man, I'm telling you, he's a vocal guy. We heard about him potentially organizing get-togethers in the summer. He's like, if you look at the post practices, he's telling Zion where to go. We already know about the Zion and Trey Murphy chemistry. So it seems like Zion is holding up his end of the bargain at this point. And we all know Zion responds best to negativity. Zion responds best to disrespect. And at this point, we already say he kind of got us in a no-win situation in closing. If he's too skinny, people saying he a fiend. If he too heavy set, you know what I'm saying? Now he just needs to leave the fridge alone. It's just he can't win. So in this situation, he needs to harness that negative energy and destroy these motherfuckers. He needs to harness that negative energy. And, like he telling them, stay over there. You stay right there with your foot on their neck. Stay right there with your foot on their neck. And that's what I'm asking from Zion this season. Well, what up, Trey? Shout out to everybody in the chat, man.
No doubt. Again, man, go tap in on my dog's show, man. He had a great show, which is the reason why we recapping. Bob, let me ask you this. When you hit year 7, what does that signal to you about Zion's career arc? I'm going to give you the breakdown. I'm going to give you the breakdown because I want you to go in detail on it. Do you see maturity, urgency, or untapped potential?
See, I would say untapped potential, but the NBA is different, right? Where people get paid off potential. So like, it's almost as if like the potential word has already like been used. Like you squeeze all of that, toothpaste out of the tube. Like, hey, like, all right, we've invested. You got the second contract. Let's get to a point where you actually like, proving that you're worth this. And for Zion, I just think it's like a culmination of multiple things just happening at once. He needs to prove it, like not just to to the masses, the organization, but really to himself. Like I would hate for him to, stop playing basketball one day and be like, dang, did I really do everything I could to, get the best out of myself and help an organization win something they've never, or do something they've never done before. So it's untapped potential, but dog, I'm tired of the potential word. Like I'm really tired of it. Like we need to get away from that. Who you are is what you've done. That's how we should grade it. Whatever you've done, that's who you are. We can no longer continue to pay people or do things because we think they're gonna be more. Like, nah, bro. You are who you are. And until you prove otherwise, then you get paid for it.
No doubt. I respect that. Chris, you here? Is it?
Am I frozen again? I think my internet tripping.
Yeah, you on 63rd, or you got out of?
They got.
Oh, there you go. Oh shit, damn, nah, I spoke too soon.
Damn.
Oh,
My
shit.
dog.
Man, my dog,
Shout out to
504 boy,
504
man.
boy,
Appreciate you, bro.
504.
Yeah, my dog. Love, you know what I'm
20
saying?
plays.
504 boy in the building. We appreciate your big round that dub.
No doubt, man. Thank you,
For
bro. I
professionals
appreciate
running
the
the show.
love.
Thank you, brother.
Oh,
Man, hold on, Lito. We got jump rack. We got, hey, bro.
yeah, he was.
I ain't in that. I ain't in that realm. Leave me out of it.
Yeah,
I just want to let you know that. Leave me out of it, dog.
yeah.
Continue.
Chaz, let me ask you this: if you obviously we Pelican fans, but let's say you're a fan and not having jump rack, that's crazy. That's crazy. That I think you might want to lay off the sauce, my boy.
Oh my God.
Jazz, if you're a Pelicans fan, right? What does trust? Because you brought this up. What does trust really mean, right? Is this are we trusting his health, his leadership, his production, or his commitment?
I think you have to trust his commitment at this stage, because him showing up to the presser in the shape he's in, and as a person who's, I don't even remember how many media days we've done at this point, at least 4, right? I've never seen him look like this. I will say that it's almost a little alarming, right? So it's a little alarming. So to get different results, you have to do something different, and he's doing something different. So ultimately, look, man, you got to start everybody off on a clean slate. The old regime is gone for the most part, and it's sink or swim season. You know, Zion got 2 years left on the contract. That shit ain't guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? He's a person like kind of like to Five alluded to. He's almost playing for his career at this stage. Yeah, if he's, you know, if it don't work out with the Pelicans, he'll get other opportunities somewhere else. But this is the only opportunity he's going to get to make this much money. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you take into account, you know, them Jordan contracts or those endorsements, they not like infinite. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. At some point, you get cut. I remember when Derrick Rose got got cut, and it was a big deal. Derrick Rose and Adidas. Whoa, what up, Dave? AJ Davis. I remember Derrick Rose and I believe it was Adidas. They had a falling out, and it was a big deal. And Zion, you know, he's not immune to some of these same things happening. So it's time to show up, and I think everyone on the roster deserves a clean slate and deserves the benefit of the doubt until proven otherwise.
No doubt. I mean that's why we here, because right, we talking about grandson back in the building. We here because we talking about potential, right? Five, I'm with you. I hate potential. You know what else I hate? I hate stay on that side. I hate, bro. That's the weakest shit ever to me. Because especially in the terms of the Zion shit. Because for one, dog, you put yourself in the situation. Like we didn't do that. We just calling out the bullshit. Like we as a fan, just, you know what I'm saying, we just calling out what was and what it ain't even like we adding sauce to it, bro. You came in and you wasn't in the greatest of shape for the first 5 years of your career. You know what I'm saying? We got all the respect in the world for your game, all the admiration for your game. We want you to be better. So that whole like stay over there, it's like, to me, you're not really taking her, and it's ain't a knot to your hoodie, Shad.
I totally get it.
Yeah, I'm saying it don't feel like you taking responsibility for what it is that you did.
Yeah, like, can he ever be like, yo, I did wrong? I really want that side of Zion, truth be told. Like, if Zion could ever get in front of a microphone and be like, yo, I wasn't doing my part, and like, that's on me, I would have way more respect for you, because you can take blame even when it's not your fault. That's the true sign of like a leader. Even when it's truly not all you could take blame for all of it and shoulder it all. That way, that gives credence, that gives value to what you say in future moves. I can just respect it more.
Chris, if I could ask Chris, do you think when you see, the thing with Zion is that we be hearing things. Well, you'll see one thing, then behind the scenes you'll hear something totally different. So, do you think, like, when Zion shows up to like Gilbert Arenas, and he like, yo, I'm telling you, this is what I'm about to be working on moving forward, da. Now, in his defense, he showed up and played 60-something games that year. Cool. But the following year, we kind of had the same issues. Do you think at this point Chris, is more important. Like just what Zion does on the court, and if he never spoke, it would be fine.
Yeah. I mean, I think that like him playing is everything. Him producing is everything because I think people are tired of words anyway. I think that Zion has a aura about him that never really required him to say a bunch. You know what I mean? I think he has a certain energy, a certain vibration about him, and an excitement with watching him on the floor. It didn't require him to talk a bunch. It's like you like wrestling, Chaz. Like, well, okay, but like certain guys like Brock Lesnar, for example, it didn't matter if they could talk or not. Like
Mark Henry,
yeah, certain guy because that they were that amazing when we would what we
Trish Stratus.
You know, that's a different. Okay, yeah, I see what you're doing. Okay, but yeah, I think Zion's one of them dudes, man, where you know, and it goes to what Lito and Five are saying is that accountability. You know, if he steps in front and he holds himself accountable before somebody else necessarily has to, then maybe you don't even get like the Jeff Teague shit, you know, or some of the other comments that we've seen that are critical towards what he's saying. And it is year 7. But look, we keep talking about year 7, right? I think what's even more important than the year that he's going into is how old he is. Like I think 25. You know, we talked about this in a chat, you know, but I feel like, you know, 25 is when a lot of shit started to click with me, personally speaking, right? And I'm not saying that he gonna figure out everything, but science backs what year 25 is supposed to do for an individual, right? So let's go into this, right? So for a human, the 25th year is a pivotal age that marks the end of key brain development and the start of a new, often challenging phase of adulthood. It's supposed to be a milestone for brain maturity. So, you get your, among other things, but decision making. It's supposed to give reduced impulsivity. We know
you might have
impulsive. I think I'm frozen again, but I'm just gonna get the rest of this out. More so identity. He struggled with what his identity is for quite some time. Am I the face of a franchise? Am I number 2? Am I number 3? What exactly am I? I think this year, I don't think it's a coincidence with.
Oh shit, he just dropped off.
Damn.
Lito, let me ask you.
Yeah.
Do you think, and this both y'all, do y'all think at this stage Zion has given himself permission to dominate? To borrow a phrase from old Griff.
I would say there's nothing standing in his way this time from dominating, aside from Willie Green. But he can't really help that. That's an organizational failure, and that's not really on him. I do believe that he has the runway and the leeway to do so. Everything past that is on him. Like he said in that clip, Chaz, you know, I just got to be Zion. And I mean, he seems to be in the best shape of his career, his life, right? His life, like fuck the basketball shit. He seems to be healthier ever, mentally and physically. So, if he not giving himself permission to dominate, then nobody else can give it to him.
I'm gonna play this real quick.
Be Zion. Nobody can stop me when I'm Zion.
I ain't hating, but that clip becomes lesser and lesser impressive the more I watch. But one thing that stood out to me in this press conference, that man, homie really looked like he looked like he had a clear mind when on media day. He looked clear minded. Follw, what you think, bro?
Just as far as like, permission to dominate. Like,
yeah,
bro, it's basketball. Like, why does someone have to give you permission to do anything?
hey, right.
You know what I mean? Like, yo, it's not like football where, where you need the line. Jump break is crazy. You need the line to protect you, and you need the receiver to catch the ball. Like, yo, you playing with 4 other dudes against 5 other cats. Like, you have the rock in your hand. Go make a play. Go play and fail without fear. Like, who cares if you miss a shot, miss a jumper, miss a layup? Like, I don't really like, bro. Go hoop. Don't worry about Willie Green. There's nothing he can do. He's not going to take you out. My partners used to say this all the time when it was in high school, whatever, we hooping, and it was funny because we'd be like, what are you going, like, we talking about coach, like, say if we was doing something outside of the play call, we'd be like, what are you gonna do, not play me? What is Willie Green gonna do? He gonna not play you? He'd have to answer a lot more questions than he would ever want if he did that. So Zion just got to go hoop. Who cares about getting permission or when I'm myself? I don't care if you are yourself. You could have a bad day. You still got to go out there and perform.
Let me ask you this. Ask this to both of y'all. How fair is it? Would you say this is a make or break season for him?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Why you say that? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. It's absolutely make or break season because this is the last opportunity you're gonna get to prove that you're one of them guys. Because, man, the bud is off the rose at this point. It's like you're not viewed, and I think people generally like Zion because he's not a very vocal person. But I also think that people get tired of you playing with their expectations. Like, you cost the league hundreds of millions of dollars. You cost Jordan hundreds of millions of dollars at this point. Cost yourself tens of millions of dollars at this point. And people get sick of it. Like, look, man, I was like in the show I referenced Ben Simmons. People got it fucked up. Ben Simmons was one of the best players in the NBA at one time. Like, Ben Simmons was arguably a top 10 player for real at one time. And he's got way more accomplishments than Zion has, like individual accomplishments. Right. He's like a pariah in the league now. Like, he's a laughing stock, unfortunately, due to injury and some other things. Like, you only gonna get so many opportunities to like people to welcome you in as being, the guy, like, you know what I'm saying, or someone that we want to root for. Once that's gone, it's gone forever. It's gone forever. I say this before, Lito. It ain't a song or album Wayne can drop now that's gonna change people's perspective. It ain't a song or album Meek Mill can drop now that's gonna change people's perspective. Yep. Now it just is what it is. And you just gotta maneuver however you go about it. But I think with Zion, if you drop the ball this year, I think it's a wrap as far as like him being a household name in a positive light.
What you think, Follw? I'm sorry.
No. I was just gonna piggyback off that. Like, it's more so just from a different angle. It's the money, right? Like, if he doesn't perform this year, he'll never be able to get to this point again. It'll always be less. Not only are you like, you can't like be the number one guy, you're gonna be maybe second, possibly even third, fourth guy on a positionless roster. You're gonna be a glorified role player. Like you're gonna get paid. You're gonna get paid like that too. You're never gonna be in that upper echelon realm. And as this is year 7, you think the athleticism is gonna be here in year 10, right? Your game's gonna have to change. So it's a slippery slope for Zion.
Let me ask you this. Before I want to get back to some of the Zion questions, but let me ask you this. We saw, and I don't have the clip pulled up, but we saw what Jeff Teague said. Mm-hmm. And Follw, you had an interesting point. I don't want to speak for you. You want to say what you said
about Jeff?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like he 25, dog. Like who? He got his life together at 25, and we mad about it. We switching up now. Like he changes the thing that people have been telling him to change. He might have overcorrected a little bit too much. You know what I mean? But I'm not mad that he got to this point. I can't be upset now.
Yeah.
Like at least I gotta see it through. Like you may not like what he said, but to say that you're not a fan of him because of what he said at the at the press conference, or his inability to change. Dog, Jeff, I know Jeff did some wild stuff at 25 in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Playing under Joe, like you kind of alluded to some of that in your podcast. You gave a young country cat $250 million that ain't never been around that excess of money, fame, power, women. Like, of course he gonna do some wild stuff. Like, why are we expecting different? But now that he's kind of getting his life on track, we're gonna be like, oh, I'm not a fan of you. Well, I guess you wasn't a fan anyway.
Yeah, I don't think Jeff was ever really a fan. to me, I can understand it, but from the outside looking, because it's like, yeah, Jeff is in the NBA. That's something we can't relate to. But it's like you also don't follow this team, so that's something you can't relate to if it's Jeff. But it's like, I don't know, Jeff. That sounds like an ounce of hate. Because one thing I do know about like older players, they hate young players getting all that money, and that motherfucker don't even come to work.
Yeah,
I have to get it out the mud. Nobody thought I was gonna be an all-star, and they just gave it to him. And so there's some resentment in that. And again, even if I'm giving Jeff the benefit of the doubt, Zion disappointed a lot of people, dog. Like he did. He disappointed a lot of people, man. It's like Scotty told Pookie, you owe me, you owe it to yourself, you even owe my mother. Shout out to Ice-T. So Zion, you got to show up, dog. It's time to do your thing.
So can I play devil's advocate to this?
Sure.
Because I feel like I'm with y'all. I think Jeff had some points though.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Nobody denying that though.
All right.
Jump off the bandwagon was mine.
Yeah. I will say, and I didn't watch Zion's whole presser, so it seemed like he said something about not having confidence in himself to what Teague was responding to, saying basically like the organization had faith in you. They paid you twice.
Can I push back here?
Go ahead. Come on.
All right. We talked about the clip, in our little group chat about Indiana, right? And how as soon as Tyrese Halliburton got to Indy off the plane, the first conversation he had with his head coach said, his head coach said, here are the keys to the team.
Yeah.
From jump. He hadn't dribbled the basketball in the Indiana Pacers practice facility yet. And he got the keys. He was just traded. He got the keys. Zion was drafted. There was a big ass party.
Yeah.
Like balloons. I was there. I seen it all. Free t-shirts. Zion, number one. They had the one in the Zion. Remember that? All that. Everybody had ideas. We about to go up. And this dude still didn't get the keys.
Okay, hold on.
Drew Holiday.
Wait, let me ask.
So disrespectful now.
Wait, hold on. So let me ask you this though: is there a difference in your opinion? Because obviously we're not talking to Tyrese, and we've spoken to Zion, but I'm saying like as far as his mental ability, do you feel like there's a big difference in the mental capacity of Tyrese Halliburton and Zion? I'm asking that because you said yourself, why does somebody have to give you the leeway to be the guy, or why does somebody have to give you the keys, right? Like you the guy, take the keys.
Leo, I hear you. But when somebody telling you one thing and doing another, i.e. Griff, that messes up everything. Griff wasn't consistent, so how can Zion? He would go from Zion to Brandon to Zion, Paul. Like it was a roller coaster. There was no way he can have consistency in this.
Yeah.
Zion couldn't know where he was supposed to be. You know, I'm just playing my role. Like, you playing your role, he's supposed to be the guy. He should be playing all roles, but he couldn't.
So this question is to both of y'all. Let me ask y'all this.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say the Pelicans they have a strong start to the season. Zion misses a few games, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does the leeway look like at this juncture? Like, what at what point do fans start to be like, oh, here we go again?
I think again, yeah, it's certainly annoying, but it's like, you got some options we don't know about. you got yeah. It's like when my girl starts talking about buying shit, like you must got some money I don't know about. You must got a just in case stash, because it's like, look, man, even Joe Dumas not living in the what's the word, the la la land, no pun intended, of saying, oh, this is all gonna be great, like, you know, Zion's not gonna get hurt at all. I think how he constructed the team, according to him, is to have the most depth as possible, so, you know, you can sustain in the event that a guy who's been injury prone throughout his career suffers injuries. Mm-hmm. So, or if he has quote unquote injuries, because I don't even fuck what you say. Some of them games look kind of crazy. Like, you talk about 3 games and 5 nights. You know, certain things you just have to be smart about. Right? Certain things you have to be smart about. That's why, you know, guys like Kawhi, certain guys you make those exceptions for. But at the same time, to me, it's not so much about him missing games. If he twists his ankle and missed 2 weeks, whatever. I ain't tripping off that.
Right.
But if I hear about you twisted your ankle because you ain't want to stretch before the game, that's going to bother me. I don't care about the freak injuries. No pun intended again. We're talking about Zion. I don't care about the freak injuries. Like, Zion go to dunk, someone undercuts him, he hits his head and got a concussion, gone for bed, whatever. Something like that was inevitable. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing you can do to stop that. It's unpreventable. But if you not putting forth the preparation and doing the work and you suffer injury, or you missing the planes, or if you not showing up to practice, or if you hungover, any of these weird ass incidents like that, then I'm gonna have a problem with it. But as far as the depth of the roster, I think, look, man, everybody getting paid for their risk at this point, because, you know, I do believe Zion is the engine that makes the car move, but ultimately it's a lot of people on this team making $20+ million now. So
right.
Everybody got to show up at this point. This is a collective effort. So, you know, I think they're in position to sustain without Zion, and if they ain't, then these gentlemen, they may not be who we thought they were.
All right. With that being said, what's the biggest indicator like this season? Like, how can you gauge whether his health is sustainable? Like, what is something you're watching for to see if this is a sustainable situation? Whoever
you may be behind this season.
No, like going into the season, because you know you've seen throughout his career his weight fluctuate, right? Like you've seen where he's here and he's there. Mm-hmm. What's something you're looking at this season to see if this is a sustainable management?
Endurance for sure. I talked about this a couple months ago, probably during the season when they first started to teeter with Zion's minutes, right? It was right around like 28, and they wouldn't really play him past that. And we're like, all right, what's this about? And my idea was they were trying to build a aerobic base for Zion. Essentially, like, this is the baseline for you, no matter, you know, what your weight is, no matter like how much you've played or not played. This is our base for you. The only way to build that is to keep you consistent at this. It's almost consistent like to running, right? When you first start, you ain't just running full speed the entire mile. The idea is you need to start running slow to build a base. That way, at any point in time, like this is where you can be consistent at no matter what. And I think he and the director of performance, I think his last name is Blove, something like that. They came up with this idea and it's worked. Now, it took a minute for it to actually happen, right? Where we see the changes in Zion's body, but this is super important. And I think his endurance will be the thing that I'm looking at that lets me know that like Zion is in shape and moving forward, he can, even persevere through possible nicks and bangs and pause that sort of thing and play through some type of injuries.
Word. Chaz, what because you talked about you kind of talked about like it all mean, this is Zion's team or whatever, right? With the addition of Jordan Poole and Trey, does that change the pressure on Zion to be perfect every night?
Nah, because I don't think Zion's a guy who's like a walking 25, 5 and 5. Like, you know what I'm saying? He could just roll out of bed and do that. I think what you're looking for more so is just his availability, because it's a domino effect. Because he allows other players to play well. When it's time for him to turn it on, pause, he can change the entire dynamic of a game. Like, he's the one of them dudes who say, all right, I'm gonna go out here and get 12 rebounds whenever he wants to. Now, he just don't always want to do that, and that's the problem. So I think that realistically, Zion is more comfortable being the best player, but he don't gotta. I'm trying to think of a good example. That's like, let's just say Mufasa, right? Let's just say Mufasa. Mufasa didn't have to go around smacking motherfuckers around left and right, because he know at the end of the day, I'm Mufasa. Like, when it's time to show up, I'm the biggest, baddest motherfucker out here. I can lead from the back humbly, right? When you go back to those games, that I love this competitive shit games. When you go back to those Clippers games, when you go back to the games last year versus Golden State versus the Phoenix Suns, even when he came back, well, not last year, season before last, but even this past season, when you go back to the game in Phoenix on the front end of a back-to-back with Zion, or even worse versus the Clippers this past season, it's like, yo, when this dude is serious, when he's the clear-cut de facto leader out there, he's the best player on the floor most nights. Now, he's going to be the best player on the floor. I don't think he has to be vocal. I don't think he has to be, the rah-rah guy necessarily, because it kind of goes without saying. And you let Trey do that if Trey wants to do that. You allow Jordan Poole to do that naturally if that's what he wants to do, right? And I think there's so many ways to lead. Some people lead from the front. Some people lead more so from the back. Like Tim Duncan was so incredible. But if you go back to, there's a clip of Tim Duncan shoving Richard Jefferson off from the announce table, and you wouldn't think somebody was scared of Tim Duncan, but Richard Jefferson knew, I leave that motherfucker. let me just take this L and go on by my business. And I think there's some people who just demand that respect if you're showing up and putting the work in. So for Zion, if he's showing up and putting the work in, he can lead any way he wants. He doesn't have to be perfect. Some nights it's going to be you defending the best player, getting 4 blocks, getting 12 rebounds. You might only have 15, 16 points. But you decide you're going to defend Ant and try to take out one of the best players in the game. You let Jordan Poole do what he does. You let Trey Murphy do what he does well. You got Herb Jones. You got a number of guys out here who could get buckets and gives you some room for error if you're Zion Williamson. But are you making yourself available? Are you putting forth the effort? Are you showing yourself to be who the team needs you to be on a daily basis? It's more than you just saying, I'm willing to do whatever. Are you willing to do what it takes?
Word. Okay. Follw, let me ask you this before this is the last question before we get to commercial. Actually, it's a question for both of y'all, but what does a trusted Zion season look like statistically? And are there any accolades within this season?
I'm not really a big statistic person because that, you could take a statistic and make it whatever, but just say points, rebounds, assists. I would say he would average more assists than he does rebounds. Now,
okay,
which is still doable, right? Because he's not a great rebounder. I do think he needs to get to at least 8. Let's say 6 to 8. Let's just give it a range. He needs to average between 6 and 8. And I think I'll be okay. Preferably the 8. But if he can average 10 assists, which I think is doable, especially on this team, because he's going to create a lot of mismatches. It's a lot of open shots for Trey or Jordan Poole. I don't see why not if the ball's going to be in his hands. That if he can average, 8 to 10 assists, that tells me a lot about his leadership. That tells me a lot about his basketball sense. He still have to, pick up his scoring. He has at least averaged 26 to 28 points a game. That puts him in the category of all NBA.
So I guess with that being said,
sorry, shout out to Jesse Davis. That, yeah, kind of what I was thinking.
Okay, let me ask you this though: is trust or his conditioning is him being more vocal, leading the team in leadership? Is that more important than 27 points a game?
That's for me, Lito?
Yeah.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. Stay your ass on the court. Like, to me, I mean, no disrespect. Shout out to Garrett Temple. Garrett Temple was a hell of a great guy. That's a great man there. But at the same time, his production on the court didn't necessarily match his leadership. You know what I'm saying? Even shout out to Kevon Looney. Now, Steve Kerr might have been dead wrong about this, but it got to a point where his production on the court wasn't living up to what we needed from you, like his living up to his status as a leader in the locker room. To me, at the end of the day, it's really all about the court. If Zion stayed on the court, if he stayed on the floor, nothing else he did would be an issue. Like, if he was just a total asshole, no one would care. Because he stay on the court. Like Shaq was good with the Lakers as long as he stayed on the court. So as soon as you started getting hurt and shit, they're like, hold up now, Shaq. Now you got to go. Like, take a look at this graphic right here, bro. Like, most points per field goal attempt among 20-plus scores a game. Zion is second on this list, above Joel Embiid, Barkley, Giannis, Harden, Shaquille, Kevin Durant, David Robinson, and Jokic. Now, one can say that, well, those numbers are skewed because they got way more field goal attempts to you because you don't play as much. True. But at the same time, this motherfucker on all these lists, aside from games played, he's in the company of the greats. Like that's the most frustrating thing. If he was trash, it would be so much easier to deal with. But he's always going to be in the company of greats with efficiency, with points scored, youngest to X amount of points. He's just always there. Just stay on the motherfucking floor and everything. Okay, if you don't want to be a leader, period. Your leader don't have to be your best player necessarily. Go ahead, Follw. What you about to say?
No, I was about to say, like, you think Shaq was a good leader?
Yeah, Shaq was an asshole. I read Shaq's book. Shout out to Shaq. If you got a check for me, it's all good. I don't mean no disrespect. But yet and still, man, go read Shaq's book. Shaq was terrible. You know what I'm saying? He just was down. He stayed on the floor. Dwight Howard in Dwight Howard's prime years. Dwight Howard was a silly guy, but he was amazing on the court. Stay on the court, and everything else will work itself out.
Real, man. Well, listen, man. Let's take a commercial. We be back. With some. We'll talk about Pels practice. You know what I'm saying? All that.
Hey, you dropped your wallet. And this just in, attorney Scott Vicknair was seen chasing an ambulance.
Wow.
For real?
But that's David Vicknair, not Scott.
I'm still confused. Hey, you dropped your mom?
My wallet. Oh, thanks, Dave.
Hey, shout out to Scott Vicknair, shout out to Dave, shout out to moms. You know what I'm saying? If y'all need some more actors in commercials, man, like holler at us, man. The guys, you know what I'm saying? We act. You already know, like this is what we do, man.
Alito, look, somebody sent me a script the other day, right? It was like, send us Alito. It was this drunk guy at a game, right? He was this drunk guy, and he was wild. I was like, yo, it's like, my God, it's like art imitating reality.
Oh, man.
Imitating life.
What them boys said? Because Lito was just drunk. He was just...
the team makes you drink. I was like, what? I said, no, this is a preposterous lie.
Lito was the main culprit. He was the one getting drunk and talking on a show. Man, y'all crazy, man. Shout out to the fans, man. We appreciate y'all tapping into the chat, man. We know y'all in here, man. Shout out to the ops, man. Y'all, I got some clips we go play from practice. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this. First, we go get the first one is Zion Trey. Y'all want to talk about this clip first before we watch the other one, or do you want to watch the other one and then talk about them together?
It's on you, Big Ryan. What you want to do?
Let's watch the other one, and we just go talk about both of them.
Man, I wish it was audio on this one. I really do. Because Poole was teaching out there. You could tell.
Yeah.
You can tell he talking big shit too.
Hey, man, he look like he coaching him up.
You can tell he talking big shit.
Yeah, bro. He look like he coaching his ass up, bro.
Yeah.
I was talking to Justin the other day, and I was telling him I watched the Bub Carrington interview. And
Shout
Bub
out
was
to Justin in the chat.
Shout out to Justin, man. My dog. Yeah, shout out to Coach Nat, man. I was telling Justin how Bub was saying that, basically he wouldn't have got through his first NBA season without Jordan. He said Jordan was monumental in his success, his readiness. He was like the difference between practicing with Jordan Poole and then practicing in college was like night and day. He said Jordan Poole got him ready to play basketball. And you could literally you could see, you've seen the vocalness in Jordan Poole throughout the entire process of training camp, right? Like after post-game shit, he ain't really and it's funny, somebody asked him a question the other day. He was like, what you want me to say? Like, you answered it. But first in the first clip, we saw a pick and pop with Zion and Trey, which is something we have not seen from Zion. We've seen it in practice a couple times, but we've more so seen it with the staff in Zion. We haven't seen Zion run a pick and pop with another player on the team, which is also interesting because it took him and BI 4 years to even practice a pick and roll. So before we get to Poole and Zion, what do y'all make of the Trey Zion film?
Shit, almost took them 4 years to get on the court at the same time. I mean,
yeah.
And in a starting role where they should be playing. Those two individuals, I mean, we've been saying it for at least 3 years. Those two should have been glued at the hip, right? Their games are a match made in heaven. One provides space, the other provides a rim attack. Now you add in a level of pick and roll with Trey's advancement of his ball handling, and Zion's would want to, be able to pick and pop and shoot that mid-range jumper. So that late in the game seems ideal. So I just hope, that reps come now in game, in, some real game live action where a defender, and then they'll become, consistent with it and comfortable. That way, it won't matter who they're going against. They can just execute.
Chaz, when you see when you see Trey and Zion working on the pick and pop, who idea you think that was?
It's tough to say.
I know you're a Willie Green fan. I'm not trying to get you to dish it.
Oh, nah. You know, me, and old Dub G, me and William, we locked in this season. The reason I say it's tough to say is because if you notice in the Jordan Poole clip, Trey was right there too. He just all kind of a little off to the side. So I'm gonna say it was the players' call. I'm gonna say it was the players, and specifically, I'm gonna give credit to Zion. I'm gonna shout out Zion on this one, even though I don't know that to be true. But I'm gonna just give him some extra credit here, give him benefit of doubt. Is because, for one, I rarely ever seen Zion in short sleeves. Right? This is rare. So to me, this is, to use the metaphor, this is a shedding of his insecurities. Right? As far as like, yo, this is what we need to do. We need to work on this. Now, in reality, I think this was Joe Dumas. But with Zion, I think him saying, yo, Jordan, we worked together in the summer a little bit. Let's get together. Let's work on these things, because our two-man game, Trey, our two-man game is nothing they can do with it. It's nothing. Trey can put the ball on the floor, get to the rim. You know, he's a threat from 30 plus feet out. You know what I'm saying? Zion is going to be all eyes on him. You can create for a number of players. To me, it's common sense. And I think, no disrespect to BI and Zion as a collective, but I also think the threat wasn't necessarily there, because we know Brandon don't shoot threes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even with Zion, boards don't hit back. You got to take that jumper sometimes, or that floater sometimes, to make it count, to keep the defenses honest. So the fact that they're working on it at this juncture, they ain't waiting till during the season, because even, they not waiting till the 5th day, the 6th day, the 7th day. They doing it early on. I'm hoping we see these things in action during the preseason as well. Well, what up, Trey? But I'm gonna give that credit to Zion, and I'm gonna give it to Jordan Poole.
Five. What's more dangerous? Trey back cutting for a 3, or Trey cutting off Zion's roll?
Trey back cutting for a 3. Hold on, like
Zion. So Zion setting the pick, like, let's say, instead, like he fakes using the pick. He just
flare out for the 3.
Yeah, flare out.
I think the second one, right? Just any use of Zion, and that's a ton of different things, Alito, right? Like, I just think they need time on court. In all actuality, like, there's going to be so many options, right? I would hate to just be like, oh, this is the best option for them, because they don't know yet. Truthfully, they just don't know yet. They need time on court. They need time playing amongst each other, going through, late game situations. Hopefully they figure out like whatever rotations they're going to handle, because I think there are some times where Zion's going to need to be out there without Trey, and Trey's going to need to be out there without Zion. But all at the end of the game, like, they need to know where and what each other wants to do. And now you incorporate Jordan Poole. I wanted to talk about that a little bit, though.
Let's go.
I think Jordan Poole realizes something. Like, he's in a predicament where he's won a chip. Like, he know what special looks like. And for him to, go from Golden State, then go to Washington, where he probably felt like, well, damn. I probably did have a good, like, no one's at an elite talent level here where I am in Washington. And now he comes to New Orleans. He's like, yeah, I've seen this before. Maybe like it not in this body frame, but I've seen greatness in what it looks like. Now I get to play with it at a younger stage. Now we get to build our own. Maybe Jordan Poole looking at it like, no, I can go on a run with somebody, because I know what it takes. If I can get him on track, maybe we can all make this happen.
Yo, I want to ask more questions about Zion and Trey, and Zion and Jordan. I just want to say that, man, shout out to who just said this? shout out to LeJean-Pierre Hunter. I agree with this. I really think the skeptics are being really tough on this team, and like I really can see this as a playoff team. I do. I think that of course it all depends on Zion's health and Trey's health also. But let me ask y'all this: do you think Trey can become a legitimate secondary playmaker out of the pick and roll?
I do. I think you saw some signs of that, of him creating last season, especially prior to his injury. Like the trajectory that Trey was on prior to that injury was phenomenal. And he's at 100% now. And I think you'll see some opportunities from that for him to do that this season. One of the things that Zion said is the time we were making most of our mistakes is when we were being a little too unselfish. So that's one thing you could think of when you consider like how many offensive players may be in that starting lineup that guys don't really know when to pick their turns or what have you. But I think Trey is a guy who the league is. I don't feel like Jordan Poole's a laughing stock. But one of the reasons the skeptics are lower on this team is because they view Jordan Poole and Zion and Joe Dumars, those three specifically, as laughing stocks of the league. I think the Jordan Poole shit is kind of stupid, to be honest, because you call him a laughing stock because of the punch. Like, what kind of? To me, that's lame. To me, Zion. What did he do? What the fuck he supposed to do? Even Joe Dumars, it's like the man went back to like it's ridiculous, right? I think sometimes the narrative can just get out of control. For Zion, I understand it. The Mountain Dew commercials, the porn ladies. I get it. We all got our demons, right? But that being the case, I think that's one of the reasons why the skeptics are so low. But nobody thinks Trey Murphy is a laughing stock. No one thinks Herb Jones are laughing stocks. So I think if Trey Murphy can continue his ascension, I really think that sets this team apart. And a part of that is playmaking and it's rebounding. It's going to be, if the offense is playing as fast as we anticipate them to play, that's more opportunities for shots to go up. You know what I'm saying? You saw Zion. He looked pretty light on his feet, playing perimeter defense. And now these are highlights, of course. And Zion's a guy, he got to get a few games under his belt for us to get his rhythm defensively. But if they can, force turnovers, get out in transition, Jordan Poole excels in transition. Zion is a one-man fast break. Trey Murphy excels in transition. You might see a guy like Trey Murphy getting up 19, 20 shots as well as creating for others. So I think the sky's the limit for this team. I just think a lot of it is the narrative and some of the bad press that they've gotten over the years as individuals as to why the skeptics are so low.
Follw, do you think Jordan Poole's pull up, like his ability, obviously his ISO scoring, but do you think his pull up shooting unlocks space for Zion that CJ and BI could not do?
Well, let's not say CJ, but BI for sure. Like, yeah, his shooting's way better than his, but Jordan's sporadicness adds a new level of fear, because he takes some fuck you shots. That's what most people call it, right? Where he's gonna pull from 40 with no sense of nothing. It doesn't matter if they're up 2, down 2, up 20, down 20. He pulling if he thinks it's going in. And you almost need that from an individual. And Trey has a little bit of that, but more so his is, off a transition 3. Jordan, it can be, stationary and he'll pull.
Them shits break your heart, dog.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't mind it. Truthfully, I truly don't mind it. Especially if he works on that. But you need that, and that allows for Zion to have more space, because if Jordan's like, just the fear of Jordan pulling from there, like, you kind of have to guard. You have to meet him at least at half court, at least, So, and with that, Zion has now they're playing 4-on-4 with a wide open court, rather than it's compacted with 5 versus 4, and Jordan brings the ball up. So it is a little bit of a double-edged sword, but it's necessary to at least have somebody like that that's willing to take shots like that.
Last question about this. We're gonna run a company burger, and then I got some over under hot takes for y'all before we get to the chat shit. Let me see. How do I want to ask this question? What's a better scoring option for y'all? In y'all's opinion, what's a better scoring option? A Jordan Poole pick and roll, or a Jordan Poole Zion pick and roll, or a Trey Zion pick and roll? What's the better scoring option?
Shit.
I just be asking the questions, dog.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Jordan Poole Zion, mainly because Jordan Poole has shown more ability to get to the rim, whereas a 3 is a less efficient shot than a layup. That's the reason why. But I'm thrilled with either option. To me, the best Pelicans scoring play is halfback dive. get the ball away, and just everybody just go stand over there. But I'm gonna say Poole and Zion is because Poole can also get to the rim.
What'd you say, son?
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna say this, that to start the season, it's gonna be Jordan Poole and Zion. But as the season turns, it's gonna end up being Trey and Zion. Because to Chaz's point, like Jordan's ability to get downhill is going to be super impactful, at least to start off the season. But as Trey learns and sees that, he's going to implement that in his game with having the ability to shoot the ball and him being 6'10".
Right.
Like Trey's super athletic. Like once he gets the handle truly down, what you gonna do? You gonna send 2 at Trey? And I already got a step on you? Oh, you're going to leave Zion. Oh, that's going to work out great. Yeah, man. I could see this definitely changing hands at the end of the season.
It's good problems, man. We got good problems to have.
First world problems, man.
First world problems. Before we get into this Company Bird commercial, this for Jump Rat, because he been going crazy. That's nasty. That's a nasty word right there. That's some terrorist activity. Yeah, we some family men, Jump Rat. All right, man, here we go.
Company Burger is the official burger of Pro Pels Talk and Boot Crew Media. Located at 4600 Ferret Street, Company Burger has been locally owned and operated for 11 years. Grind the meat, bake the buns, make the mayo, get the homemade tots. Company Burger uses Creekstone Farms prime beef to create the best burger in the city with milkshakes to go and a full bar. Company Burger is open every day besides Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Can't make it out? No worries, we have you covered. You can order online right now at thecompanyburger.com or check them out on the Toast or Uber Eats app. Company Burger, the official burger of Boot Crew Media.
Man, Cole Stewart, I just see you in one house. And Cole, y'all dumb, dog. All right, man, listen, we got some. It's crazy, dog. We got some over unders and hot takes for y'all before we get to the some of the chat questions, man. All right, check this out.
Yo, that's crazy.
Come on, man. We professionals, man.
This man here.
Shit, like Mortal Kombat.
Shout out to Crystal, man. They sponsored us too, man.
Shout out to Crystal, my favorite hot sauce, the best hot sauce, the only hot sauce.
Yeah. Shout out to Lala too.
You know that
Zion plays. I'm gonna give y'all over unders with caveats. Zion plays 63 and a half games. Over under.
Over.
What you say, Follw?
Yeah. I'm going over, bro.
Over.
Yeah.
Right. Jordan Poole will average 17 and a half points a game. Over under.
What's the caveat on that one? Because I feel like that's it. I feel like that's an easy one.
The caveat is the over. He's a 6 man of the year candidate. The under, his role shrinks.
I think Jordan Poole is going to be solidly a starter.
Yeah, I don't
I think he averages like 21, 22, but I also think he's solidly a starter.
I think he's a starter too, just in the sense of, I guess, just in the sense of giving the over under more like
risk, like yeah. If he is 6 man a year, I would still say over.
Over.
I say over. I couldn't think of nobody else to take them shots.
Yeah, you're not good enough for Jordan Poole to come off the bench.
Nobody. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. This is a weak win, but I mean, so yeah. You know what? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I saw something crazy today, and I don't mean no disrespect to the writer, but motherfucker said, man, so now we got the timeline on DeJounte Murray for January. I got a show dropping on that too. And he said if the Pelicans can just hold on to January till DeJounte comes back, I'm like, what? Like, what? Like, I don't, man. Look, DeJounte says a disrespectful thing, but I don't like putting this pressure on this dude to come back and then it's like, why I'm paying everybody else all these millions of dollars if we just gotta survive till DeJounte come back and DeJounte gonna make, like, come on, man. Like, I don't like putting all this added pressure on this brother, man. Come on.
So over under Trey Murphy 5 made 3-pointers a game this season.
This is a good one. Like average 5 games.
Yeah,
I mean 5 threes a game.
Average 5 threes a game.
Makes.
I'm gonna take the under.
Yeah, but he does shoot 43.
You got to shoot 43%.
I got him shooting 43%.
The reason I'm gonna take the under is because now if he's shooting 12 threes a night, then I might. You said that the number is 5.
5.
If he's shooting like 12 threes, then I would probably be with it. But the fact that I think he's gonna shoot about 10, that's why I think I'm gonna say like 3 points.
Okay, so what about 4? What if I said 4?
4 changes.
4 changes?
That's over for me.
I'm gonna go with the 4. I'm going with the 4. I'm going with the 4.
All right. Pelicans offensive rating 9.5. Over under.
In the league?
Top 10. Yeah. Like rank 9th. Yeah.
I'll take the over.
Offensive rating?
Yeah.
Like they're less than 9th. This is what you're saying, Chaz.
No, I'm saying I think they're gonna be a top 10 offense. Like I think they're gonna be 9th, well, 10th or better. I'll say 10th or better.
I got them at like 13.
Yeah, that's fair. Only reason I say that is because without someone slowing down the offense or holding the ball, I think just by the fact that they got so much offensive talent, even if the offense is not good, they're gonna just score points like by default. But yeah, 13 to 15.
Jack is Margella.
Margella. I talked to him the other day.
That's the point, man. This could be, Chaz. I think you're absolutely correct. This could be a top 10 offensive team, but that guy is going to slow them down, which is going to make them the 13th best offense.
Herb Jones, all defensive selection.
Second team.
Second team?
Yeah.
I was to say first team over, second team under. What you got?
So it's under then second team.
Second team.
I think Herb gonna have more offensive responsibility this year. That might make his defense suffer. I'm gonna say third team though. I'm gonna give him some love. I'm gonna say third team.
I don't think they got third.
Is that all defense third team?
I don't think so.
Oh fuck. Well, damn, Herb might not make the cut. But second team. Fucking second team. I ain't give a second team.
All right, this is the last hot take. I mean, this is the last over under before we get to some hot takes. Pelicans win 1.5 playoff series. 1.5. Don't ask me. I'm just trying to make it more difficult. Over under.
Oh, brother.
All right. Shit. Now see now, because now I'm like, damn, we guaranteed to make the playoff.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say yeah. I'm taking over.
That's what I'm talking about.
Taking over.
Hey, bro, listen. I'm taking the under, but they're gonna win one playoff series. They're not.
So the
winning.
half mean they win 1 and take it to 6.
No.
Let's say they go ahead, Follw.
No. Go ahead. You this is your show.
I was gonna say they win 1,
right?
And let's say the half is like, yeah, they take the 6 or 7. Like, yeah.
In that context, I'm gonna say over.
The coaching is so important in the playoffs.
We might play somebody phony though. No. That's the reason I say that.
We had a head coach beefing with his star player in the playoffs.
Crazy. Yeah. All right, man. We're gonna run through these hot takes so we get to this shit. Hot take. This is the best version of Zion Williamson we will ever see.
Have ever seen or ever?
We will ever see.
I can't put them ceiling, I can't put that ceiling on that man.
I agree with 5. I'm gonna say nah.
Hot take. Jordan Poole will be the Pelicans closer in crunch time.
Like I got the last shot type shit.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say no because I still think halfback dive is gonna be that. Give the ball to Marshawn Lynch. I think it's gonna be time and situation, of course, but I think it's gonna be Zion.
Ooh, I can't wait to have this conversation again.
And this is gonna be interesting to watch throughout the season, though.
Yeah.
The Pelicans have more depth than most teams in the West, but less top-end talent.
Reverse.
I would reverse it. I think the Pelicans are more top-heavy.
This is the hot take. This is the last one. Mm-hmm. This is the most fun Pelicans roster of the Zion era.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree. Sure.
Bet. All right, man. Let's get to these start questions so we get out of here. Shout out to that man, 504 boy. My
Appreciate
dog,
you, big
man.
dog.
Appreciate you for
Thank
the pull.
brother.
Boy, Wahab said, question for whoever. What do you think Zion's current trade value is going into the season?
I think in the off season, it was a protected first. Now you might get a slightly a slightly protected first now. It's because it's like, yeah, he's in great shape. But it's one first that you might get one first because of the contract and things like that. I ultimately don't think it's worth trading them.
Shit, we could get to this right now too. LeJean wants to know, can Willie improve? Is it possible?
Mm-mm.
It's a dead horse. That's old yellow, bro. You gotta take that out back. No more. Yeah, that's yeah. Just A Davis, our dog, Just A Davis. If everything looked different and they make it to the second round or further, is that more of an indictment on Griff? Y'all go ahead.
Go ahead, Lito.
I feel like I say all the time Zion is the problem, but Griff is also the problem too. Like they have shared responsibility in what has not been a stellar Zion era.
I think when you look at the fact that Jordan Hawkins' spot on this team isn't very secure, that's the same offseason that you chose not to trade Brandon. And just to go back to that series, you had a guy tell you, I can't get open. So I can't get open. I need you to help. He wasn't getting doubled or trapped, and they were one-on-one. So the fact that you chose, and it's not an indictment on Brandon necessarily, but the fact that you chose to invest in that's a major indictment on David Griffin, in my opinion. Roster construction.
Shout out to Smorgasbord Sheboygan. Appreciate the money, champ. It's a weird question. I don't really think we need to answer that, but appreciate you for that. Shout out to Fresco, man. Fresco 504. My dog been active the whole chat. We appreciate you, dog. He said, I say this because my son is the same age as Zion, 3 months older. He comes to me so many times since he's turned 25, telling me he finally understands things I used to tell him. Yeah, man. You know, my pa used to tell me, bro, he used to tell me, you know, just keep living. Shit sounds simple, but just keep living.
Keep on living.
So
for real. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, man. Jalen said year 7 and he hasn't been to the playoffs. Well, that's why we hit Jalen, bro.
You know what? I started that, right?
Go ahead.
To me, that's kind of one of the narratives that I think kind of got to die. And I say that because if you zoom out, right? Let's say he played. The team don't get to the playoffs the 49-win year if he don't play, right? He played in the postseason game in the play-in. The team, I hate this, but the team was number 1 when he got hurt, when he tore his hamstring the first time. The team sucked when you had the quote-unquote MVPs. I had Eric Bledsoe and fucking Steven Adams, and it was a terrible team. So I don't think that's necessarily an indictment on him personally. I do think who you were supposed to be talent-wise, he just ain't. He not LeBron James. He just isn't. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's something you got to accept. But I think that's more of an indictment on the organization versus him individually. Because if he played in that OKC game and they got swept, would it make a difference? He would still be a disappointment to you. So I really don't think that's really a great narrative, personally.
I mean, never mind. Yeah, shout out to Smorgasbord, Sheboygan again. My dog said fear ceiling now that Willie Green said he got taller. I didn't see Willie Green say that.
Me neither.
And
that's
I really don't understand. Is he?
I think he was. That would make him what, like 6'3" and a half, 6'4"?
No. I thought that was my God, president of basketball operations. Oh my God.
Troy Weaver?
No.
Joe Dumars?
Joe said that. I think Joe said that in his presser that Fears got a little taller.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Yeah, that's one of the cool things about drafting someone super young. Because, you know, my growth plates might still be open. I think weight in shooting is going to be, if that dude if he could shoot 35% from beyond the arc, 34% from beyond the arc, that changes everything.
Yeah.
If I'm him, bro, I am everywhere Jordan Poole is.
Everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere.
Dog. Because you can only get better. And this is if Jordan models his game off after Steph, this is the perfect person to pass that information off to.
You know what's funny, man? Listening to Moses Moody talk about watching Steph and Clay shoot, and I'm literally not saying Jordan Poole is in this category at all. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying Moses said that watching those two, because they shot at different rims, they didn't shoot on the same goal, but he was like, that's basketball perfection. That's perfection watching them shoot. He said it got to the point that I couldn't watch them shoot because it started to alter my shot. All I'm saying is if you look at Jordan Poole, he's the only one who could kind of replicate that in a way. You got to respect that.
That looks like Steph's.
Yes.
Right. Because it's all the same movements, right? Like I think he naturally kind of already moved like that. And then it happened at a really young stage in his career.
Right.
So it wasn't like you had to teach Jordan how to reshoot. It was just fine tuning those things. Like he still has his own natural feel for the game, but it does resemble Steph's. I mean, that's like anybody. Like when you learn how to shoot, you looked at somebody that you wanted to play like and wanted to be like. So like my shot now, I wanted to shoot like Ray Allen. So I looked at a ton of videos and I think my shot might look like it don't go in like that, but but that's what you would want. And I think it helps guys when you get close to people that actually play the way you want to play. So it can only be beneficial
Hey, and the other part to it is like, look at how much you would have to work on your game to emulate that person. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a ton of work, bro. It's a ton of work. So shout out to Jordan Poole, man. I do hope I believe he takes fears under his wing.
Can I ask you one thing, Lil? Or just y'all? Even less, you know what's funny? Because you would think that Trey Young is like this super efficient shooter because he isn't, right? He just hit big shots. If Jordan Poole really just got to be Trey Young. If he was Trey Young from a big shot perspective, from a threat perspective, the dynamic of the court shifts so much. You like, well, I can't leave him open no matter what. I'd rather give up 2 points than 3 points, which it just changes a lot. It really just changes a lot. So I'm hopeful that we see the best version of Jordan Poole. I watched some Jordan Poole players last night. This motherfucker's handle is crazy, dog.
He cold, dog.
The dude handle is crazy, dog.
Cold.
So like the dude handle crazy, dog. He'll embarrass the shit out of you.
I can't wait to watch him play, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, you know how his handle reminds me of Kyrie's, bro? Like not like that superior level. His creativity.
I get what you're saying. Because Kyrie is quick, but Jordan is just as crafty.
Yeah,
Kyrie just super fast. With man, this dude cool.
I feel like Jordan is a more willing passer. Not comparing the two, but I feel like Jordan is a more willing passer than Kyrie. Also, I can't wait to watch him play. His creativity with Zion's, athleticism and skill, and Trey's ability to, score the basketball. Funny enough. Hold on, let's end it on this one. Cole says, so we gonna have 3 20-point scores.
Yep, you can.
Yep.
You had it before. I think what CJ was averaging what, like 19, 20, right? Yeah. 20. So you got Brandon. Zion only taking 16, 17 shots. If he made his free throws,
crazy, dog.
Yeah, that's really weird to me. I'm like, how? Because I was thinking to myself that if he took 18 shots, is that like an automatic, like what, 36 points? Or something like that. Like that's kind of ridiculous to me. I don't know. Probably not. But dude only good for like 16 to 17 shots, and you got free throws and shit like that. If he's a 70% free throw shooter this year, he can easily get about 27 or 28 points. Like Trey gonna get you 22, Poole gonna get you 20 plus, I believe so. Go ahead, lead on my bad.
No, that was my fault. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was gonna say he could get 12 points a game off free throws. 12 points a game off free throws, bro.
Easy. That's where the efficiency comes in. Like, just like stay on the court, dog.
And Jordan Poole.
Yeah. That's extremely important.
Yeah,
and I think that's why your Trey Young comparison is super like valid. Because if you can get to the line, bro.
Imagine Jordan Poole or Zion getting these dudes in a bonus early, and then you can spend the rest like the last 6 minutes of the quarter in the bonus getting to the free throw line. Like, and you got even Misi's a solid free throw shooter. He's not terrible from the free throw line. Everyone's exceptional in the start who's maybe in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
So stay on the court, bro.
That's it, man. And this is the last one, man. Shout out to our dog Fresco. Hey, bro, it's all good. We be here for 82
appreciate
games.
It, big dog.
No, it's true. We gonna hold you down for 82 games, son. So, anyways, man, for my dog 5, for Cheddar Chaz, for Chris, who's still in 63rd. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, my dog Wi-Fi. We'll holler at y'all probably Wednesday, man. Holler at us. Hey, man, that was